A lot of people say they trust God, but if you look closely at how they actually live, something doesn't add up. They pray, they believe, they even go to church, but their days are still ruled by fear, control, and constant striving. Why? Because believing in God and putting God first are not the same thing. One is a feeling. The other is a decision that changes everything underneath the surface. Today, I'm going to walk you through 7 things that change when you put God first. Real shifts that touch your mind, your relationships, your habits, and the way you see your entire life. Point 1. Your priorities stop competing with each other. Before God is first, everything in your life shouts for attention at the same volume. Your career, your image, other people's opinions, your own anxious plans. Nothing has a clear rank, so you end up busy, but never at peace. But when God takes the top seat, something reorganizes inside you. You start to see, almost instinctively, what actually deserves your energy today and what can wait. Start small. Give God the first 5 minutes of your morning before you touch your phone. That single habit begins training your whole day to follow order instead of noise. Clarity replaces chaos, and you stop drowning in 100 equally loud demands. Point 2. Your fear loses its grip. When you're carrying everything alone, your mind never really rests. You run worst-case scenarios on repeat, trying to protect yourself from pain you can't even name yet. Philippians 4:6 says not to be anxious about anything, but in everything, through prayer, to bring your requests to God. That's not a suggestion. It's a different way of carrying weight. When you actually hand a specific fear to God by name, out loud, daily, it doesn't vanish instantly, but its hold on you weakens a little more each time. Trust grows exactly where fear used to live. Point 3. Your decisions slow down. In a good way. Without God first, choices get made in a rush, driven by emotion or by the fear of missing out. You say yes to things you'll regret and no to things that actually mattered, all because you were reacting instead of listening. But when you put God first, you build in a pause. Before the big decision, you ask one honest question. Does this line up with where I sense God leading me, or am I just chasing a feeling? Try this today. Before your next major choice, wait 24 hours and pray on it before you act. Impulse gets replaced by wisdom, and you start making fewer choices you have to walk back later. Point 4. Your relationships get sorted out. This one catches people off guard. When God isn't first, you often hold on to relationships out of fear of being alone, even the ones quietly draining you. You keep the peace instead of keeping your standards. But when God takes first place, your discernment sharpens. You start noticing who actually adds life to you and who's been pulling you away from who you're becoming. And you find the courage to have honest conversations instead of just enduring. Not every relationship will survive that shift, and that's hard. But the ones that do will be stronger and more honest than before. Convenience gets replaced by connection that actually costs something and means something. Point 5. Your sense of who you are stops shaking every time life does. Before God is first, your identity gets built on things that move. How people see you, how well things are going, how you compare to the person next to you. So when those things shift, you shift with them. But when God is first, you start rooting your worth in something that doesn't change with your circumstances. That doesn't happen from one prayer. It happens from repeatedly reminding yourself of the truth about who you are, instead of believing the loudest opinion in the room that day. Comparison gets replaced by quiet, steady confidence, the kind that doesn't need an audience to hold up. Point 6. Your discipline stops depending on your mood. Right now, maybe your habits only show up when you feel motivated, and motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes with your sleep, your stress, your circumstances. But putting God first is a decision you make daily, whether you feel like it or not. And that decision trains something in you. Keep showing up in the small moments, prayer on the hard mornings, patience on the short-tempered days. And that consistency starts spilling into your work, your health, your finances, everywhere. Feelings stop running the show and follow through takes over. Point 7. Your view of hard seasons flips completely. Before, pain and delay feel like proof that something's wrong, like life is punishing you or you took a wrong turn. But when God is first, you start asking a different question. Instead of, why is this happening to me? You start asking, what is God building in me through this? You may not get the answer right away, and that's okay. What changes is that you stop seeing the hard season as wasted time. Hopelessness gets replaced by purpose, even in the waiting. Let's bring it all together. Your priorities stop competing and clarity takes over. Your fear loses its grip as trust grows in its place. Your decisions slow down and wisdom replaces impulse. Your relationships get sorted and real connection replaces convenience. Your identity stops shaking, replaced by quiet confidence. Your discipline stops depending on your mood, and consistency takes the lead. And your view of hard seasons flips, so purpose replaces hopelessness. If any of these 7 spoke to something you're walking through right now, take a second and comment, God, I choose you first, as your declaration today. If you know someone who's been carrying too much on their own, send this to them. This might be exactly the reset they need. And if you want more messages like this to help you grow and stay grounded, stay connected with this channel. Putting God first was never about losing control of your life. It's about finally putting it in hands steadier than your own. Matthew 6:33 puts it simply, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and everything else you need will be added to you. So if you feel behind or unsure or like you're still figuring it out, you're not behind. When God is first, you're exactly where you're supposed to be.